Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much. Thank you for joining, but please don't forget to subscribe. And to all my returning subscribers, I want to say a very big thank you to you. So today I want to quickly talk about Senator Ike Ekweremadu, who has been found guilty of organ trafficking. For those of you that do not know Senator Ike Ekweremadu, I don't know if he's still a senator because anything can happen in Nigeria, but it was a senator in Nigeria that trafficked a young man with the help of his doctor and his brother to the United Kingdom for the purpose of organ harvesting for his daughter, who was diagnosed of kidney disease. So you can go online, and if you Google Ike Ekweremadu, you will see series of news, series of things that has happened, that has transpired. But as God will have it, Senator Ike Ekweremadu and his wife, alongside their doctor, they've not been sentenced, but they've been found guilty. And their sentencing will come sometimes in May. So, and it just goes to show that UK is not like Nigeria. These people, these politicians, some of these so-called rich people, they try to, they prey on innocent, vulnerable citizens. And that is why they continue to impoverish Nigeria. That is why they continue to make people in that country to remain in poverty, so that they will continue to use that as an opportunity to exploit vulnerable people. And, when that news broke out last year, I said one thing, that even if that young man was in the know before leaving Nigeria to the United Kingdom, the fact is he was brainwashed, he was manipulated, because he's a poor young guy struggling to survive. So they do not have any right to traffic him on the purpose, for that purpose of organ harvesting for his own child. Of course, I feel bad. I pity his daughter, but then his daughter's life is not important than that young man's life. And this is what some of these politicians do to our people. That is why you see politicians that will send their own children abroad, yet they will be sending other people's children to go and die for them. This is an example. And I tell you, Senator Ike Ekweremadu is just a scapegoat. There are so many of our politicians that are engaging in this kind of things. But God will continue to expose them. So today, the news just broke out and I saw it online. So I'm just going to try to read how I got it from Guardian UK. How, in fact, the way this thing was written, and it's just so pathetic that we have people like this that do not have regard for another person's life. Just because you want your daughter. Of course, as a parent, may we not be unfortunate. May we not be unfortunate to find ourselves in situations like this. Of course, you want to do anything to save your daughter, but not at the expense of another person's life. No, that's not right. Not at the expense of another person's life. So I'm going to read this thing. I'm going to read it according to how it was written in the Guardian UK. A senior Nigerian politician, his wife, and a doctor have been convicted of organ trafficking. In the first verdict of its kind under the Modern Slavery Act, Ike Ekweremadu, 60, a former deputy president of the Nigerian Senate, his wife, Beatrice, 56, and Dr. Obinna Obeta, 51, were found guilty of facilitating the travel of a young man to Britain with a view to his exploitation after a 6-week trial at the Old Bailey. They criminally conspired to bring the 21-year-old Lagos street trader to London to exploit him for his kidney, the jury found. The man, who cannot be named for legal reason, had been offered an illegal reward to become a donor for the senator's daughter after kidney disease forced her to drop out of a master's degree in film at Newcastle University. The court heard Sonia Ekweremadu was found not guilty. She cried in court as her parents were sent down from the dock. So I'm just going to jump. And the prosecutor, Hugh Davis Casey, told the court the Ekweremadus and Obeta had treated the man and other potential donors as disposable assets, spare parts for reward. He said they entered an emotionally cold commercial transaction with the man. That's what I mean when I say that these people, they are so used to exploiting the vulnerables, the poor, and that is why they continue to impoverish people in Nigeria, so that they will continue to use them. Imagine a old senator. Of course, there are facilities for organ donations. You can register your child. But because they think they have the money, they have the power, they have the resources, they have the connection, so they can do anything to anybody. And thank God that this is not Nigeria, that it will just be swept under the carpet like every other thing, every other case. So, I will go on. The behavior of Ekweremadu, a successful lawyer and founder of an anti-poverty charity who helped draw up Nigeria's laws against organ trafficking, Jesus. This man was part of the people that brought together, that put together the law in Nigeria against organ trafficking, and he's the one doing this. Oh wow. You see, they are the ones that will make the law and they will break it. Because some of people say nobody. They think nobody can question them. But we have God that will question them. He said Ike Ekweremadu, who owns several properties and had a staff of 80, agreed to reward someone for a kidney for his daughter. Somebody in circumstances of poverty and from whom he distanced himself and made no inquiries, and with whom, for his own political protection, he wanted no direct contact. Imagine, game plan. He planned it very well. He did not want any contact with that young man, so that the thing will not be traceable to him. But thank God. Davis added, what he agreed to do was not simply expedient in the clinical interest of his daughter, Sonia. It was exploitation. That's just it. That's the word, exploitation. This young man was going to be, oh my God. Oh my God, it's pure exploitation. Oh my God, it was criminal. It is no defense to say he acted out of love for his daughter. Our clinical needs cannot come at the expense of the exploitation of somebody in poverty. Ekweremadu, who denied the charge, told the court he was the victim of a scam. Oh my God, who scammed who? Obeta, who also denied the charge, claimed the man was not offered a reward for his kidney and was acting altruistically. Beatrice the wife, denied any knowledge of the alleged conspiracy. Sonia did not give evidence. WhatsApp messages shown to the court revealed Obeta charged Ekweremadu 4.5 million naira, that's 8,000 pounds, made up of an agent's fee and a donor fee. See who said he was scammed. Davis said Ekweremadu ignored medical advice to find a donor for his daughter among genuine family members. Of course, they don't want to go to their own family members because, of course, they think because they are rich, they shouldn't go through that process. This process that would somehow, maybe, that could be 50-50 chance for this young man. That, they think the process should be through a poor man, someone that does not have, that does not have anything to fall back on, because they think they are richer than the world. They think because they are rich, they own the world. So he cannot go through his own family members. Of course, are you going to tell me that Ekweremadu's family, that in his family there's nobody that will be a match for that young lady? When they want to get married to themselves, of course it will be rich people. Rich man marrying rich man's daughter. Rich man's son marrying rich man's daughter. When it is party, when it is connection, it's always going to be the rich and the rich. But when it's things like this, that's when they remember that they have the poor, the poverty-stricken people on the streets that they can just speak. And that is why you see some of these politicians using people for all kinds of ritual purposes, because they do not have regard for anybody's life as long as it is not their family. As long as this person does not have anything. Oh my God. The judge, Mr. Justice Jeremy Johnson, will pass sentence on May 5th. The chief crown prosecutor, Joanne Jakimek, said, "This was a horrific plot to exploit a vulnerable victim by trafficking him to the UK for the purpose of transplanting his kidney. The convicted defendants showed utter disregard for the victim's welfare, health, and well-being, and used their considerable influence to a high degree of control throughout, with the victim having limited understanding of what was really going on here." DI Esther Richardson from the Metropolitan Police Modern Slavery and Exploitation Command said, "This is a landmark conviction." Landmark Gidini. Landmark ni. If this thing had happened in Nigeria, they would have swept it under the carpet. In fact, they would have harvested that guy's kidney. And thank God. Thank God. And like I said, Ike Ekweremadu is not the only one that will be doing all these things. Because these people do not have regard for anybody's life. Imagine, he wants his own daughter to live well at the expense of another man's son. Thank God. Thank God. I keep saying it. I'm so happy that this did not happen in Nigeria. It didn't happen in Nigeria. If it were to be Nigeria, of course, we wouldn't be saying what we're saying. And that's just what I've come to discuss here today. That he has been found guilty. Sentencing is going to be on the 5th of May. And I trust the UK government. He's going to pay. And I also pray for his daughter, Sonia, that God will touch her. There's nothing God cannot do. There's absolutely nothing. There's no spare part that our God does not have. So I pray that miracle will happen in our life. And for that, I say thank you, guys. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, everyone.